This is Sol Jensen. He's 24 years of age and is quite young. He's from Stockton-on-Tees and is looking to forge a career into football management. We haven't got a job yet, and this is his journey as he attempts to rise to glory. So the goal of the save is to win the Premier League, Ligue 1, the Bundesliga, Serie A, and to win La Liga, along with 5 other top flight leagues in the save. And given all the leagues we've got loaded, that could either be a mountain to climb or an interesting challenge to try and see where we can go. We have loaded England, France, Germany, Italy, and Spain, along with all their recommended leagues, which is why all of these leagues are currently loaded. You're going to see why I've loaded all these leagues in a video that will be linked at the very top right-hand corner. But what jobs are currently available? Well, currently, these are the jobs that we can go for, but given that Sol has got no coaching badges and has only got a Sunday League football reputation, he's going to have very slim pickings. But out of all the jobs that are currently available, York City are the closest, so should we try and get the job there? That's the question I think I'm going to try and answer. They are predicted in this league to finish in 19th place, newly promoted side in the division. Mason are also vacant with their job, and they're a bit further south in the country. But right now, because he's in Stockton-on-Tees, we're going to go for York because they're about an hour away to drive. So it makes sense to try it, wouldn't it? In fact, I've just looked at the times for how long it takes to get by train. It's even shorter. It could be 48 minutes. So yeah, that could honestly be interesting, and it makes more sense to look at it that way. Why wouldn't Sol want to make his life as pleasant as possible? So, oh, well, that didn't happen. So Sol hasn't got the job interview. He didn't even get the interview stage. The York City board have informed you that your application to fill the vacant manager's role has been unsuccessful, with your application failing to make the shortlist. The board decided against shortlisting you in part due to holding mild reservations about your suitability to deliver the club's ambitious vision for the future. This is mainly as a result of your slight lack of experience guarding teams away from relegation. The search for a new manager is ongoing, with the team currently interviewing their preferred candidates for the job. Well, that's gone well. And apparently the best applications we can get is our teams in Sweden. Are you open to your 4-mile trip to Hereford? Because that might be the best bet you have right now. Oh, wait, hang on. I can't actually apply for the job. What? Can we not apply? We can't apply for the job. Well, this is awkward. I guess we have to wait for a little bit then. So we're in the 24th of September. About 2 months now have passed since we started the job search, and some teams have become available. Chesterfield and Halifax are close. They're in the National League though. Barnet are also available. I don't think I'm going to get these roles for Sol, but we're going to try and see anyway. The first thing we're going to apply for is Chesterfield. They are 2 hours away from Stockton-on-Tees, and hopefully, most unlikely, we get something to talk about. But we're going to apply for the role, and we're going to see what happens next. We're going to go and look at Halifax now, because they're also in the Vanarama National League. They've won the league before, as well as they've had a trophy. They're in 20th place right now. However, they're also in the northern part of England. So, in fact, they're actually only about an hour and a half away. So, actually, this might be the better location for us long term, or short term for now. They're predicted to finish in 8th place and 20th place right now. As far as I'm concerned, we're just looking for a job. So, let's go for that. So, we're also going to look at Barnet as well. They're a lot further away compared to the other two, about 4 hours in terms of travelling time. I think we're going to have to apply for the job as well, mostly because they're professional and they might have good wages. They want to develop players using the club's youth system. They're also looking to keep the team clear of relegation. They're currently bottom of the Vanarama National League, so this could be a challenge, but we're going to see what happens. They've also got really good facilities. I never realised how good their facilities were until today, so this could be interesting to see what happens next. I doubt we'll get any interviews from all 3 teams, but you never know. Well, that didn't last very long. Literally the next day, Barnet have told me that the vacancy that I'm looking to try and go for has been unsuccessful because of the lack of experience leading clubs to promotion. they've sacked the manager. I've applied for the role on the same day. The next day, they tell me that they have mild reservations about my lack of experience leading teams to promotion. I've not had a job. So, if anything, this is probably the best thing because it's so far down south, but literally a day after, Barnett's told me no. Halifax have told me no. Mostly because of the strength of the other candidates. That I can understand more. I'll give them credit for that. That's actually a nice reason to be told. It's not because we don't like your lack of experience of leading teams to promotion or fighting against relegation. It's literally because the other candidates who apply for the role are actually have more experience and have better quality than you are. So at least that is better. But they actually told me on record that they feel I would be an acceptable fit for the club's somewhat scaled back vision for the future. We're getting somewhere. Slowly but surely, but we're getting somewhere. Okay, some more jobs have now become available. Tonbridge Angels in the National League South. Now, this is probably the more realistic for what we can go for, but if I want to go to Tonbridge Angels, it's quite far down south. And when I say quite far down south, I mean about 4 hours away. So, ooh, that is a tough, that's a big, big journey to make. So, this could be an interesting journey that one could make, but could we be going for that, or could Brackley be the team that we go for? Admittedly, this team are in the north, so better chance of getting there, so it could always be better. But yeah, could we go for Brackley and Tonbridge? We're going to apply for both roles because we're kind of getting desperate. Slightly not desperate actually, but Brackley the closest so far, but did to be 4th, currently 22nd, so why not go for both teams? That being said, Brackley are about 3.5 hours away from Stockton-on-Tees. So again, it's a long, long journey and could be a bit expensive. So both teams are looking expensive in terms of what we're looking to do. But if the wages we get offered by either team is good, then we could be in for a good opportunity. I'm going to apply for both and see what happens next. All right, more jobs have become available, and Altrincham is a team that, being as north as they are, would be interesting. They're also in the 5th tier, so again, I don't think we can go for the role here, and realistically think we can get it, but we're going to apply for either way. Also, it's about 2 hours, 15 minutes drive as well. It's near Liverpool and Stockport, so it's another one of those. I don't think it's the end of the world for this one if we go for this and don't get it, but it would be nice if we could get a job that's actually near to Stockton-on-Tees if we could. I'm saying that even though I'm applying for roles in the south of England, not really expecting to get it, so yeah, that's one of those things. But yes, another role that has been come available is Scunthorpe United. Given what they're doing in real life, I would be shocked if we could even apply for the role and actually think we can do much with it. But yeah, this could be a tough one to get, I think. However, it's only 1 hour and 44 minutes away, so I'm looking at this thinking we could apply. We're going to at least apply for the role. It's a 2-star team. We're probably not going to get it, but we're going to try either way and see what happens. What do they want? Mid-table finish in the November National League. So we're going to apply for the role and we're going to see what happens here. I doubt we'll get it, but you never know. Buxton's available now as well. I don't know how far away this is. So we're going to look at this team and see where they are. 2.5 hours away, pretty much near Manchester. Okay. That's interesting. I'm going to apply for this role, I think, because it's so close. And it's only about 2.5 hours away. Mid-table finish. Sign players under the 25th of the first team and about 10 grand in wages. I don't know what the difference is in wages at all, so we're going to go for that. But not the best facilities, but we're going to apply for the role either way. We kind of want to get a job here, so let's go with that. Oh wow, literally a day after we've applied for the role, Buxton have actually come and offered us a job interview. So this could be the one that potentially is going to be making or breaking our start. They do have some reservations though, because of a lack of experience of leading teams to a promotion, but given that they're currently looking for a new manager and having sacked their manager, this is better than nothing. The board are pleased you have taken the time to attend today. There's a few questions we'd like to ask to see if you're the manager we want to take the club forward. I'm glad you've given me a chance to talk to the club. Let's get down to business. Given how close this is and how the location-wise, this is probably the preferred option right now. You're up for a few jobs right now, it seems. Are you hedging your bets? I'm just trying to forge ahead with my career by any means necessary. I've been burnt by not applying for jobs before. I'm not going to get burnt by doing it again. The club will be looking for a candidate capable of performing to competition expectations, something our last manager did not do. Are you confident of handling that better than your predecessor? I'm all about the process. It will lead to good results eventually. Don't be blinded by short-term outcomes. I can't promise. I'm not going to promise anything. I'm going to say it's all about the process here. We parted company with our last manager much sooner than anyone would have anticipated. Can you offer assurances that we won't be in for a repeat of that? If I came here, I'd want to stay for a long time, which is true. Here is the club's current vision for the future, which you'll be expected to work towards if successful in the interview. We would be keen to hear your thoughts. So, sign players under the age of 23 for the first team. Given I'll be literally giving all my scouts, who we do or do not have, free roam to make any assignments that they want, that'll be fine. Work within the wage budget. Okay, that's good. Grow the club's reputation. That's actionable objectives we're looking to do. So they want me to finish mid-table in the National League North, be competitive in the FA Cup, be competitive in the FA Trophy, which is fine. Wait. Hold on. This is a bug, surely. Attempt to remain in the National League. We're not in the National League. Remain in the National League. How can we do that if we're not in the National League? We're not even going to get promoted. You only want me to finish mid-table in the National League North, and then next year attempt to remain in the National League. I feel like there's a mistake here. But I'm going to go with, it looks like the club has an exciting future. I'll be more than happy to work towards these objectives, even if I might be walking into a trap here because of the club vision being a bit questionable. We're targeted a mid-table place. Is that something you think is attainable, or can you take us further? I'm just going to agree. I'm not going to say I'm exceeding expectations to go for a playoff. I'm not going to say I'm going to finish top half. I'm going to say, if given the job, I would be able to reach the proposed mid-table finish, because let's be honest, we kind of have to go for that now. That is long term. I want to be here for a while. I don't want to just get sacked straight away because I overpromise anything. If hired, we're willing to provide you with a transfer budget of £1,980. What do you think of the proposed figure? Yeah, I'm just gonna not make a demands. I'm gonna say it's good. We can work with that. I think the proposed budget is realistic and could be the funds needed to bring up the squad from scratch if hired, because let's be honest, I wouldn't be signing players for money, I'd be signing them free transfers. Should you get the job, we're willing to provide you with a wage budget of £9,309 per week. What do you think of the proposed figure? I will say here and now, I'll be happy to work with the proposed wage budget should I get the role. It's big enough to attract the quality of player required at the club. Is there anything you'd like to ask for ahead of potentially getting the job? There is actually one thing. I'm going to try and make this a thing. If hired, I'd like the board to allow me to continue my development by taking a course towards earning my next coaching badge. That's what I want. If you earned extra coaching qualifications, you would be better equipped to be successful here, so that is something we can agree to. Thank you! Oh, you are kind. Is there anything else you'd like to request? Not that I can think of, no. That draws things to a close nicely. We would like to extend our appreciation to you attending today, and we will be in touch to inform you of our decision. So, 2 things. We've actually had an interview, successful one it feels like. 2, we've actually got them to agree to give me a coaching board, or at least take a coaching course if we get given the opportunity to sign for them. So that would be in our favour and our benefit to do this long term, I think. So Chesterfield have officially told me that they're not going to be talking to me, and I'm not in their ideal list to be shortlisted because of the fact that I don't have experience in promotion. Obviously, given that they're like a 2-star team, I was never expecting this to be a successful interview process, but we got a lot of options and we've had a job interview as well. So honestly, the fact I have my first job interview is actually already a good season as far as I'm concerned so far, and a good process. Oh, okay. I've just been turned over by Buxton. That's a little surprising that despite carrying out the process they have decided against giving me, they were actually satisfied with my plans, though ultimately decided against giving me the role because Chris McPhee was their man. Oh, that was kind of the job I was hoping to get, but okay. That's, how much is he getting paid? £850 as well. That would have literally sorted me out long term, I think, for roles. Yeah, I can see what I've gone for him. He just looks better, doesn't he? Moving on. All right, so Brackley have come in for the interview now, and they are interested. So this is interesting to me. They actually think I'll be an acceptable fit for their scaled-back vision for the future, which I don't know if that's a thing or not. I should be kind of happy about, but let's go with the interview. Hello, Sol. We've invited you along today so we can put forward our vision for the club and allow you to suggest any alterations for us to consider should we decide to hire you. They're in 23rd. Oh my days. They've only won one in their first 12 games of the season. They are in trouble. Okay, this will be a massive challenge, I just realised. It's great to be here. Let's get started. Can you explain why you appear to be running for a few jobs right now? I'm just going to say, I'm trying to forge ahead of my career by any means necessary. I'm just trying to forge ahead of my career by any means necessary. Are you willing to show us you do a better job of meeting expectations than your potential predecessor did? I'm actually going to promise I'm confident meeting every target set for me if I get the job. Mostly because I wonder if that actually will make a difference. We don't want to repeat of our last manager, who we had to part company with earlier than expected. Are you going to be around for a while? If I came here, I'd want to stay for a long time, which is true because I want to make sure we have a job for long term and it makes sense to want to do it. So let's do that. Ooh, this is new. Are you ready to get stuck in at a club that has big financial problems? How big are we looking at here? How big? Because I actually don't know the problems financially here. I appreciate the need for good financial management and you wouldn't have to worry with me as the manager. Okay, so again, sign players for under the age of 23 to the first team, which is good. I like that. Work within the wage budget. You have to anyway. Grow the club's reputation, which again, we need to. No informative objectives. Avoid relegation. Okay, that's fine. Reach the FA Cup proper. Are they in the FA Cup still? But be competitive in the FA Trophy, which is fine. And then continue to avoid relegation from the National League North, which makes more sense. It's literally the same thing every year. So I'll be happy working with these proposals. We're aiming to avoid relegation. Is it something you think is attainable, or can you take us further? I think that's a fair target to aim for. Would a proposed wage budget of £9,236 a week be sufficient should you get the job? I'll be happy to work the proposed wage budget should I get the role. It's big enough budget to attract the quality of player required at the club. Absolutely. Is there any requests you would like us to consider should we decide to hire you? If hired, I would like the board to allow me to continue my development by taking a course towards earning my next coaching badge. We don't believe you need coaching qualifications to achieve our club vision, so there is no need for you to take the next coaching badge. And very interesting. Alright, yeah, I accept the board doesn't see the benefit, so I'm not going to accept that. I have nothing else to ask, and that's all the questions we have for you today. We'd like to thank you for attending this interview, and we will be in touch once we decide upon a new manager for the club. They don't think I need a coaching badge. And we just had an article about Sol getting the interview by Brackley. Reports suggest you've attended the interview for the vacant Brackley Town job. Do you have any comments to make at this time? I can even say, as though there's much it's news to me if I say, I couldn't care less about that nonsense. There's nothing to do with me. But it's negative if I say I'm intrigued by the prospect of working there and felt obliged to attend. How is this negative? I'm going to say I have to admit to being intrigued by the prospect of working there and felt obliged to attend the interview as requested. Good lord. Me saying I want the role is apparently a negative thing. What is wrong with this? How is this a negative thing? Okay, so Hampton and Richmond have just sacked their manager and poor lead position has done that for them. They do have some people that they're favourites of the role. I'm not on one of them, obviously. I've got no job. But 20th place. They're expected to be in 6th. How has this worked out? Okay. I'm also looking at how far away this would be in about 4 hours and 30 minutes drive to get to this place. So might be something I shouldn't really go for. But I'm going to apply for it anyway. As long as it's not like 5 hours, I think it's going to be the limit I think I'm going to put myself now. But yeah, as long as it's not 5 hours away, we're going to probably have to apply for it. And as long as it's good money. Okay, so this is slightly awkward. Apparently the Brackley Town fans have just laughed off interest from me. So, should I be offended? I feel offended. I feel like that I kind of want this job now just so I can prove them wrong. So, it's almost as if they don't realise I've had a job interview or something, isn't it? So, yeah. Yeah, that's fun. Alright, didn't take very long. Hampton and Richmond offered me a job interview, so yeah, a bit further where I really want to be, but I will take it either way. They do have reservations about suitability mostly because of my lack of experience guiding teams away from relegation, which makes sense. I've not had a role, so there you go. The board are pleased you've taken the time to attend today. There were a few questions we would like to ask to see if you are the manager we want to take the club forward. You're 20th place, so you're better off than Brackley Town in that regards. It's great to be here, let's get started. Why do you appear to be in running for a few jobs right now? I'm doing whatever I can to keep progressing, mostly because it's the case. Are you willing to assure us that you do a better job of meeting expectations than your potential predecessor did? I always back myself to succeed. We parted company with our last manager much sooner than anyone would have anticipated. Can you offer assurances that we won't be in for a repeat of that? If I came here, I want to stay for a long time. It's true. As part of the recruitment process, we are willing to allow you to request changes to our current backroom staff setup. What size budget would you be looking for to make these changes? I don't have any changes I would want to make, so no budget will be required. We'd love to share our vision for the future with you. As a successful candidate, will be required to make it become a reality. Grammar. If you, not if you're. If you have any reflection on it, now's the time to speak up. Strive to make progress on and off the pitch. Work within the wage budget. There's nothing about the age of players here. They want us to become an established National League South team, be competitive in the FA Cup, be competitive in the FA Trophy, and then continue to be an established side in this division. So, yeah, it's perfectly fine with me. We're aiming to stay clear of the relegation fight. Is that something you think is attainable? Or can you take us further? I think we'll be able to avoid a relegation battle. What do you think of the proposed wage budget of £8,239 per week should you get the job? I'll be happy to work with the proposed budget should I get the role. It's a big enough budget to attract the quality player required of the club. Are there any requests that you'd like us to consider should we decide to hire you? Yes, if hired, I would like the board to allow me to continue my development by taking a course towards earning my next coaching badge, please. We don't believe you would need more coaching qualifications to achieve our club vision, so there's no need for you to take the next coaching badge. Alright, I just want to get my foot in the door, so there's that. Nothing else to propose. That should do it for the moment at least. Thank you for attending this interview. You'll be notified of our decision in due course. Alright, cool. So, a bit further where I want to be, but another interview in the bag at least anyway, so there's that. Oh wow, hello. Things have happened, and Tonbridge Angels have offered a job interview, but the more important thing is happened. Hammond and Richmond have actually approached me for a job, and it's £525 a week. This is interesting. I didn't actually think I'd get the interview here, but I didn't actually think I'd get the job, if I'm completely honest with you. But there you go. Tonbridge Angels versus Hammond and Richmond. Okay, I'm going to attend the interview with Tonbridge Angels for now. I'm going to delay this because I want to see the Brackley job come through. If the Brackley one comes in, then I'd absolutely take that over this, I think. So let's delay for now. Can I delay for a week? They've agreed to delay. Cool. All right. Tonbridge Angels, let's go for this. We're pleased that you've taken the time to attend today. There are a few questions we'd like to ask to see if you are the manager we want to take the club forward. It's great to be here. Let's get started. Can you explain why you appear to be in the running for a few jobs right now? I'm doing whatever I can to keep progressing. The club is looking for a candidate capable of performing to competition expectations, something our last manager did not do. Are you confident of handling that better than your predecessor? I've always been more about the progress than the result, so yes, I'm looking to do that. We don't want to repeat our last manager who we had to part with earlier than expected. Are you going to be around for a while? It's my intention to commit to a long and successful career with this club. What sort of budget are you anticipating needing to put together your backroom staff? I don't want to talk about any proposed changes in advance of taking the role, so no budget is required. So this is the backroom staff. Okay, sign players on the age of 23 of the first team, work within the wage budget, avoid relegation from National League South, reach the FA Cup proper, be competitive in the FA Trophy, then continue to avoid relegation from National League South. Okay, that's good with me. If hired, we'd expect you to achieve a top half finish. Is that fair, or do you think you could do more? I don't like the look of this, if I'm honest with you, but I'll say it's a fair target to aim for. A wage budget of £7,053 a week is on offer should you get the job. What do you think of the proposed figure? That's smaller than I was expecting, but I'll be happy to work with the proposed wage budget should I get the role. It's a big enough budget to attract the quality of player required for the club, so there's that. Is there anything you'd like to ask ahead of potentially getting the job? If hired, I'd like the board to allow me to continue my development by taking a coaching course towards earning my next coaching badge. We don't believe you need more coaching qualifications to achieve our club vision, so there is no need for you to take the next coaching badge. I don't have anything else I want to ask, so thank you very much. We'll be in touch. So Hampton Richmond, we've got an offer, but where would I want to live is the question right now. I got to think that long term here. Okay, so Scunthorpe have turned me down, which makes sense. Brackley have come in. It's the same offer, like the same wages per week. So this is a big moment for me. They are in 23rd last I checked. They're 19th now, so they've actually improved. Both teams have come to me. Hampton Richmond were the first thing to come for me. Brackley came after though. And Brackley was always a team I had my eye on because it's also the National League North and it's closer to home. So might not be popular, but I'm going to go for the Brackley deal and we're going to see what happens now. So we're going to start negotiating. Can I get more money? 8 months. Can I get more money? £600 a week, maybe? They just said yes straight away. Okay, that didn't take long to decide. £600 a week. Brackley Town, £600 a week. No clauses at all. Just 8 months to do my thing, keep them up, and then to attempt to avoid relegation, and then to continue to avoid relegation for the rest of the time. So this could be fun. This could be a challenge. I haven't managed in the lower leagues in this save yet. I don't think I've managed in the lower league in England for ages, like 3 or 4 years at this point. So I can't remember what it's like down here. So let's see how we do as we accept the deal. And there we go. Brackley Town hired Jensen. Brackley Town have today confirmed the appointment of Sol Jensen as the club's new manager. Eyebrows have been raised in the world of football at the appointment of the inexperienced 25-year-old, and he is sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media for the first time at St James Park. His first game in charge will be against Darlington in the National League North on the 1st of November 2022. He replaced his previous manager, Roger Johnson. Miles Griggs was considered to be the favourite of the job, but it's unclear whether the club favoured Jensen all along. Jensen rejected the offer from Hampton and Richmond. Brackley Town are currently in 19th place in the Vanarama National League North. Brackley Town have drawn 3 of their last 5 games in the league, and this is also the team whose fans laughed at my interest. So, I have a point to prove to them as well. So yes, we've got the job. It didn't take very long, and the few players are only a breakthrough prospect or anything, so this is good. And the supporter profile is this: 990 people following, 255 people have got season tickets, so I shouldn't expect anything at all. But that's where we're going to leave the things off here today. We got our first job. We'll get into the meeting of the team next time out. But either way, I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. This has been a different way of looking at things. I have not actually tried to do it this way before, and we'll see what happens next time out. But either way, hope you guys enjoy yourselves. Hope you guys like and share this video, and subscribe to the channel. But until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.